We'll start seated, cross-legged, and anything that I do is always a suggestion. So if there's any feedback that you need to give me, I know that you can directly respond. We've been recording our classes, so if you're watching this later and you need some feedback, just email us and we'll provide some feedback for you. So sitting cross-legged like this is the pose we call Sukhasana, easy pose. So just allow your legs to be crossed. If you need to sit in a chair, sit in a chair, but close the eyes and we'll just check in with our 5 senses. So take a moment to, of course, you hear my voice, you hear the wonderful sounds of the handpan music coming through. So notice other sounds in your environment. So maybe you have somebody in an adjacent room or something that's happening outside of your house or wherever you are. So notice those sounds, right? How does that fill the environment of this moment right now? And then go through sound, maybe to smell or taste, right? Is there anything that we can smell in our environment? Be some food maybe that was cooked recently, or essential oils that might be in the environment. And then taste, right? Do we taste anything? Absence of taste also is a sensation, the absence of something. And of course, with the eyes closed, we can't necessarily see anything, but if you squeeze your eyes really tight and then you relax your eyelids, or you may notice that when you squeeze it tight, it gets a little darker. And when you relax the eyelids without opening, there's a little bit of light that comes in. Maybe we see the orange or pink hues coming through the skin, the eyelids, or maybe little flecks of color or light. And then of course, the other sense that we have, the last one, is the tactile sense. What do we feel? So our skin is alive, our body is talking to us. What do we physically feel in our bodies? And then as we check in, there's that little voice that talks to us, our own inner speak. And our voice might be saying positive things or negative things. Let's just be aware of what's being said and then try to remove any bias, right? What sort of judgments or expectations do we have based on the sensory information that's coming in? Right? Maybe there's an ache in my knee or in my lower back and I'm talking negatively about those physical feelings. Or maybe there's a smell that we really enjoy and we want to continue to enjoy that. So just being aware of whatever preference or bias is being talked about in our inner speak in the mind, and stepping away from that and observing everything as it is rather than maybe how we would want it to be. Alright, and then after we've collected ourselves here into the present moment, stepping away from any preferences, biases, or judgments, right, let's turn our attention and awareness to our breath, the breathing. Your body naturally does it for you, so see if you can feel your natural breath. And see if there's a sensation on the tip of the nose. Inhale and exhale. And if you need to, start to control your breath. We will move into controlled breathing, the pranayama, right, where we're choosing our inhale, choosing our exhale. Sometimes we have a very subtle, natural breath, which might be indicative of a relaxation that's already present in us. It can also represent just an unawareness of our own breath. So controlling your breath can bring awareness to it. Of course, we're choosing to breathe. And if we're not already relaxed, our metered and controlled breathing, right, brings us into that relaxation response. So it's what we want. We want to invite peace into our being, and we can invite that peace through rhythmic, slow breathing. And then following that cadence, that rhythm of peaceful breathing, let's start to move our bodies. So noticing your inhale, allow the crown of the head to reach up towards the ceiling, like you got a string attached to that soft spot, and it's drawing the spine up. You're creating space within the vertebrae. Whenever you come to an exhale, allow the chin to come down to the center of the chest. Keep the shoulders rolled back so just the chin comes down. We'll feel a nice long stretch along the back of our neck. Good. Now as you inhale here, we're going to bring our left ear over to the left shoulder. So depending on how the video is, you might see me going to the opposite side of you. That's okay. So left ear though, the left shoulder, and we're going to exhale, bring that chin right back down to the center of the chest. Inhale and go over to the right side, and then we can exhale, go back down. So just like that, we're doing semicircles, following our breath, ear to shoulder, exhaling chin to chest. Now what we're doing is, we're bringing presence and awareness into our body. The science of yoga is about increasing your conscious awareness in this present moment. So sometimes we can't be aware of our bodies. It's hard for us to feel the neck and the shoulders. So step away again from that inner speak and just observe the sensations that you feel in the left and right side of the neck, the back of the neck. Right? Notice how the breath carries the movement. That self-discovery called svadhyaya, the learning of yourself. Good. So we'll do one more time, inhaling, finishing up whenever you get to that right shoulder, right ear, right shoulder. You can exhale and bring the chin back down to the center of the chest. We're going to keep our chin down here. I'm going to turn a little bit to my side so that you can see. But keeping our chin down, bring your fingertips to the floor next to your seat. Walk your fingers away from your hips so that you're still touching the ground, but your arms are stretching as much as they can. Now, as you inhale, lift your right arm horizontally with the palm facing down. With an exhale, bring your chin to your left shoulder so that you are looking down your left arm. We're going to rotate our right arm on its axis. So as you inhale, turn the right palm up towards the sky and reach that right thumb as far back as it can, really rotating on this transverse axis of our arm. As you exhale, rotate the right palm back down and as far back as you can, turning the pinky towards the front of the body. It's almost like you're turning a doorknob, or you can imagine twisting a wet towel, getting the tension, or the water I should say, out of a wet towel. So rotating, keeping our chin down. At that shoulder, we'll feel a nice stretch through all of the different connective tissue here, in the right side of our neck, in the shoulder, and maybe into the bicep, forearm, and hand. So just breathe nice and slow. Explore what's happening in that right arm. Alright, so we want to be aware of what we feel. If you ever feel any burning or pinching, tingling, we can come out of the pose a little bit. We don't want to hurt ourselves. The first tenet of a yoga practice is harmlessness, ahimsa. So make sure that you honor yourself and practice harmlessness. Good. Take one more big breath in. Whenever you're exhaling, return the right hand to the floor and lower that chin back down to the chest. And we'll switch sides now. So as you inhale, bring the left arm out to the side. With an exhale, look down your right arm. So again, we're going to turn the left palm up towards the sky as we inhale, really spreading through the fingers, rotating. And then as we exhale, rotate back down and twisting the arm as much as feels, comfortable, but still exploring the range of motion. There's nothing wrong with, taking it easy, of course, but we want to, find that very delicate edge of too much and too little. It has to be just right, Goldilocks. Right? So what is just the right movement for you to get a nice juicy stretch, to learn a little bit more about your body without pushing into that realm of, well, that might have been too much. So be attentive, be aware, and cultivate that awareness of self, svadhyaya. more time, inhaling. And as we exhale, lower the left hand back to the floor. We'll return the chin to the chest. Good. Now you can slowly inhale and lift the gaze. We're going to reach both arms out to the sides and up. Take a big breath in and reach up. Good. As you exhale, bring the arms down and the chin down. So working a little bit into the shoulders, the back of the neck. As you inhale, try to open the chest. So really get those shoulders back. Open the chest. Good. Exhale, come back down. One more time. Big inhale, reach up. Nice gaze up through the chin, opening our thyroid. And as we exhale, closing the thyroid, closing the neck. Good. So from here, we're going to slowly reach our arms up and transition into tabletop. So reach the arms up with an inhale and then rock on over to hands and knees, tabletop. So I'm going to step back into the center of my mat. You just make your way there, nice and cozy. So again, our hands are right underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Start to sway the body gently side to side. So we worked into our neck, a little bit into our shoulders. Now we'll start to move through the rest of the spine into our traditional cat-cow movements. So stay nice and neutral in your spine in our cat-cow, or excuse me, tabletop. We're going to move to cat-cow now. Inhaling, rolling the shoulders back, dropping the belly, lifting chin and tailbone. And with that exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. Good, go nice and slow. Big breath in, open the chest, big inhale, and as we exhale, round the spine. Good, do a few more. Alright, this will be our last one. Whenever you inhale, take that last inhale, and one last time, exhaling into the cat back. Good, come into a neutral spine, and in our tabletop, we're going to work into the hip joint just in the same way we kind of worked into our shoulders. We're going to do one leg at a time. So I want you to take your left leg and extend it back behind you. Just point the toes down into the ground. Good, as you inhale, lift that left heel up and bring it as far out to your left side, touching the floor. Exhale there. Inhale, bring the leg up, and now go as far as you can to the right side. Good, so we're inhaling, lifting up, exhaling, touching toes to the side. Good, inhaling and coming up, exhaling to the side. So you're going to feel this in your adductors, your abductors, and the glute. If you've taken any Pilates classes, maybe you've done this in a mat-based Pilates class, again, getting that lower body engaged. Good, so one more time, coming across, and then we will inhale, bring it up, and lower back to tabletop. Switching legs, so extend your right leg back behind you. Inhale, lift the heel up as high as we can. We can go out to our right side, touching the toes. I know you can't see this side. We're going to inhale up and exhale, bring it over to our left. Go nice and slow. Keep the heel pushing straight back. Your foot is flexed. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Just a few more. Should feel that again in the glutes. On the inside of the thigh, that's the adductor muscle group. And on the outside of our hip and thigh, there's the abductors. Good, one more time, inhaling up, exhaling down. We'll inhale, bring the heel up, and return back to our tabletop. Good, move the knees apart, coming into child's pose, balasana. So we're going to put the hips back to the heels, reach those arms forward, and rest the forehead right in the center of the mat. Allow the eyes to close. It might feel nice to rock the hips gently side to side, right? If we've got some knee issues, we can't get all the way back to our heels with our hips, you can always put a rolled up towel or blanket behind the knees, kind of take a little of the compression out of the knees there. One more big inhale and exhale. We're going to transition to downward facing dog. So keeping your hands at the top of the mat, Inhale and pull yourself forwards. The upper body lifts, tuck the toes, and exhale. Make your way to downward facing dog. And just a gentle shake side to side with the hips. As we settle into this pose, we might feel a little stiff in the ankles, so that pedaling motion can help open the ankles up a little bit. And if you wanted to take a moment with each foot to do a couple of circles with the ankles, you can do that too. Some other things in down dog, you may want to lift a leg up into the air, doing a three-legged dog. Maybe opening the hip here, getting a stretch in our psoas, the quadricep, the front of our abdominal muscles. You can do that on both sides. And just a nice way to sort of open up the lower body before we move into our sun salutations. Good. So, any way that you want to, make your way slowly to the top of the yoga mat. We'll take a forward fold at the top. So go ahead and bend your knees a lot. Let the belly and chest sort of rest or hover above the thighs. As low as you can go, that feels comfortable. Grab the elbows. Just a light shake of the head, yes and no. A little shrug of the shoulders can help the upper body relax. And typically when we cross our arms, cross our legs, interlace our hands or fingers, we have a preferred way that we do that. So just make sure you cross your arms the opposite way to encourage, again, balance, inviting peace in our body, and peace comes through balance. If we feel out of balance, it's hard to feel peaceful. So do the opposite. Gonna take one more big inhale whenever you're there. As you exhale, release the arms towards the floor. And then using your hands, you can walk the hands slowly up the legs, coming up to stand at the front of the mat, but making our way into Tadasana. So Tadasana is our mountain pose. We're gonna have our feet hip-width distance apart, right underneath our hips and our shoulders. Roll the shoulders back, let the palms face forward. Nice anatomically correct position here. Good. All right, so allow your eyes to close and let's ground in this pose. Tadasana, very grounding pose, mountain pose. So imagine you've got, a foundation below you. So maybe some roots are shooting down through your feet and connecting into the earth below your mat, below your house, wherever you are. You're connecting, you're grounding. And so feel that support in your legs and your feet as you inhale and lift the crown of the head. So let the crown grow taller, just like a mountain peak sort of pierces through the clouds and is very majestic in the sky. So we want to grow that energy up through the spine and to the crown of the head. Awesome. So from Tadasana, we'll move into Sun Salutation, Surya Namaskar. So as you exhale, bring the chin into the chest. With an inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides and up. Take a big breath in here, reaching up. As you exhale, find a forward fold. So come down, touch the mat if that feels good for you. We're going to come up halfway as we inhale. Good, breathe in, and then exhale, step into a plank. We're going to hold plank and build some heat here. Good, nice slow inhale and exhale. Now some folks might say plank, your body has to be completely straight from your heels to the crown of the head. I would say to get that core engagement, tuck your tailbone. Think of cat back, tucking the tailbone, bringing the ribs to try to touch the hips. Nice strong core. Good, take a big breath in. All right, if you want to, you can do Chaturanga Dandasana if you want on your exhale, or lower to knees, chest, and chin. The 8-pointed prostration, Ashta Namaskar. Okay, with an inhale, roll the shoulders back, push the tops of the feet into the floor. You can do upward facing dog or cobra pose. I'm doing Bhujangasana. Big inhale here. And as we exhale, tuck the toes and go back to your downward facing dog. Good, let's find stillness in our down dog. So before we were moving, now we're going to find stillness. So separate the fingers, push firmly into the palms. Allow the shoulders to grow towards the floor. as we reach the hips up towards the ceiling. Nice long spine. Good. The heels are trying to melt towards the floor, but again, it's okay if they don't touch. Pull your lower belly in. Engage your core. Good. Last breath. As you exhale, bend your knees and either step, walk, hop, jump, whatever you'd like to do. Make your way back to forward fold, Uttanasana. Good. Come up halfway. Breathe in. Nice, long, flat back. Exhale. Find forward fold. And then sweep the arms out to the sides as we come back up to stand. Good. Exhale. Hands alongside the body. Close the eyes for Tadasana. All right, cool. We'll move through one more of those and actually do it a little faster. So take a big inhale as you exhale. Lower the chin to the chest. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Big breath in, reach up. As you exhale, fold forward into your Uttanasana, forward fold, so touching the floor perhaps. Inhale, come up halfway. And as you exhale, step right into your plank and lower down to knees, chest, chin, Ashtapranam, or your Chaturanga Dandasana. So inhaling, I'm doing upward facing dog this time. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. Good. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, bend the knees and step to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Coming up halfway as you inhale. Folding forward again as you exhale. Sweep the arms out to the sides and up. Big breath in, reaching up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to Tadasana, mountain pose, arms alongside the body. Good. Last time, just like that. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reaching up through the fingertips. Urdhva Hastasana, upward hand pose. Exhale, fold forward, touch the toes, Uttanasana, forward fold. Half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Good. As you exhale, bend the knees and hop, step, or jump into your plank and lower down, either knees, chest, chin, or your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, roll over the toes, or shift into your downward facing dog. Good. Big breath in, down dog. As you exhale, bend the knees and either hop, step, or jump the feet to the top of the mat, forward fold. Coming into a half lift as you breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Good. Stand all the way up. Inhale, arms reach up, fingertips reaching to the sky. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose, arms alongside the body. Close your eyes. All right, so as we move our way through the yoga poses and the sun salutation, we want to maintain as well as we can that slow rhythmic breathing, even if we start to feel challenged in terms of our cardiovascular capacity. So employing our Ujjayi pranayama, very important for helping to regulate that airflow and supplying the body with the oxygen that it needs to move and function. All right, so slowly step your feet together if they are apart. We're going to move into our second version of sun salutation with our awkward chair pose. So take a big inhale as you exhale. Lower the chin to the chest. As you inhale here, sit the hips back, reach the arms forwards and up, coming into Utkatasana, awkward chair. Good. As you exhale, straighten the legs, find forward fold, Uttanasana. Good. Come up halfway as you breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana. Good. Make your way to plank as you exhale. So step back. And your choice of how you want to flow. That's either knees, chest, chin, or yoga push-up. I'll give you the choice. Inhale to up dog or cobra. As you exhale, find downward facing dog. Okay, take your right leg up into the air as you inhale. Sweep it up. Keep the heel nice and active. As you exhale, step to your right thumb. Lower to your left knee for low lunge. Inhale, sweep both arms up. Big breath in. Good. As we exhale, step into plank. And again, your choice of a vinyasa. So that can be either knees, chest, chin, into Cobra Pose, or you can do Chaturanga, Dandasana into Up Dog, but make your way ultimately back to Down Dog. Now, opposite side, swing our left leg up into the air with an inhale. As we exhale, step to the left thumb, lower to the right knee, untuck the foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up, low lunge. Good, big breath in, open the chest, exhale. Again, the vinyasa of your choice. So let's just say we feel tired, we want to do a vinyasa, so you just step to down dog and take a few breaths while everyone else maybe does a vinyasa. Now, of course, if you ever get tired, you can lower to your knees for child's pose. All right, take a big breath in wherever you are. Exhale, bend the knees, and hop, step, or jump the feet to the top of the mat. Make sure your feet are together, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Good, bend the knees and sit back, find awkward chair. Utkatasana, big inhale. Exhale, stand. Arms reach alongside the body. Tadasana, mountain pose. Close the eyes. Again, check in with your breath, right? As we kind of move a little bit more powerfully, right? The muscles, the organs, the systems, they need oxygen, that fuel for the ATP, andesine triphosphate, that energetic cellular process. So breathe deeply and slowly. All right, we're going to do that one more time. We're going to change low lunge into high lunge. So take a big inhale. As you exhale, lower the chin to the chest. As you inhale, sweep the arms forwards and up. Find awkward chair, Utkatasana. With an exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Good, come up halfway as you breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale into the vinyasa of your choice. So step back. Again, you can skip it if you want to, or go through the flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Good, take the right leg up into the air. Big inhale. As you exhale, step forwards. Do not lower to the back knee. So keep that back leg nice and strong. Inhale and sweep the arms up for high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, return to your Chaturanga Dandasana. And again, that could be the flow of your choice. So maybe we don't do the yoga push-up. Maybe it's knees, chest, chin to Cobra Pose. But ultimately, make your way back to down dog. Inhale, left leg sweeps up into the air. As we exhale, step forward for high lunge. Good, inhale, sweep the arms up. Big breath in. Good, exhale into your vinyasa. And make your way back to downward facing dog. Good, let's take a break here just by breathing in down dog. So notice how you feel in your legs after doing low lunge and high lunge. Getting a little challenge in the hip flexors. Good. One more big breath in. Whenever you're there, exhale, bend the knees, and step to the top of the mat. Find forward fold. Feet are together. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Find awkward chair, Utkatasana. Squeeze the knees together. Good, big breath in. As we exhale, stand. Find Tadasana. Arms alongside the body. Close your eyes. All right, we're going to include a couple of twists now into the flow and the poses. So we'll kind of move in a similar way for sun salutations, but we'll, again, twist some of those poses. So we're going to twist our low lunge. I'll show you a couple variations for that, and then after we do both sides, we'll move into another flow with high lunge, and again, try some different variations for a twist in our high lunge. All right, so taking a big inhale, maybe reach up through the crown of the head, roll the shoulders back as you exhale, bring the chin to the chest. Inhale, find Utkatasana, awkward chair, big breath in. Sit those hips back, reach the arms up. Exhale, straighten the legs, find forward fold. Good, coming up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Now as you exhale, do your version of the flow. So again, stepping back, maybe it's a plank, Maybe it's a yoga push-up or knees, chest, chin, or maybe you're just skipping it. Maybe you want to do child's pose. So whatever you decide to do, ultimately make your way back to downward facing dog. Okay, sweep your right leg up into the air, big inhale. Exhale, step that right foot to the right thumb. We're gonna lower down to our left knee. So from here, inhale and sweep the arms up. This is option number one. We're gonna place our palms together, turning to our right, put the left elbow onto the knee, and then pushing palm into palm, trying to open the chest, getting our lower belly in, coming into that twist, looking over the right shoulder. If this doesn't feel accommodating, you can do it a little bit lower. We can have our left hand on the floor and just reach the right arm up into the air. So it's another version. If you have some props at home, right? So we have blocks here. You can always put your hand onto a block. All right, and just reach on up. That's a nice way to get deeper or more accessible for the pose. And if you're really trying to get deep into your twists, you can take the block and put it onto the other side. Yeah, there you go. So put the left hand onto the block and reach that arm up. So that's another way to practice getting deeper. Now, ultimately, that block will move out of the way and we can put our palm on the ground on the outside of our right leg. Good job. So no matter which version you have chosen, slowly as you inhale, try to come forward without touching the floor. Good, big challenge for that right quadricep. As you exhale, do a flow. So hands to the floor, step back, find plank. And again, your choice, knees, chest, chin, or the yoga push-up to upward facing dog or cobra pose. And we'll make our way back, downward facing dog. Okay, so opposite side now. Lift your left leg high into the air. Take a big breath in. We're going to exhale and step left foot to left thumb. Okay, so one side might be a little bit different than the other, but let's try to balance it out with what we've chosen for ourselves on that front right side. So inhale, bring both arms up. This is the version that I chose. I'm going to exhale and bring the hand across and place it to the outside of the foot. Right, and then inhaling and sweeping the other arm into the air. Okay, so there's another version here. Since I'm taking my left arm into the air, if you bring your left arm across the ear, right, we call this an extended revolved side angle pose. It's called Utthita Parivrtta Parsvottanasana. Good, yes. So make sure you feel your lower belly pulling in as much as you can. Good job. And just to show other versions of what the side can be, right, with palms together, kind of like this. Using a block, hand on a block, opening the chest, right, just some other versions as we create that accessibility within our bodies. All right, so no matter where you are, take a big inhale, trying to turn towards the front without touching the floor with your hands, nice strong left quad, good. Exhale, find your flow. So hands back to the mat, either stepping back to down dog and staying there, or maybe doing a plank, knees, chest, chin, whatever vinyasa you choose. Right, so as we hold some of the poses, our body gets challenged. It might be easy for us to flow in and out of the pose, but holding a pose could be a new level of challenge for us. So now let's do high lunge, Anjaneyasana with the twist, the Parivrtta, the revolve. Right, so from our down dog, we're going to do our right side first. So lift your right leg up into the air, take a big inhale. As you exhale, step the right foot forwards. Okay, so option number one is keeping your left hand on the floor or on the block and turning to the right as you inhale, reaching that right arm up. So just to see what that looks like from the front here, right? We have our left hand on a block, our left leg is nice and straight, and we're twisting. Now another version would be coming into high lunge, just like we did in low lunge, reaching the arms up, and then placing the palms together, twisting to the right. Right? So again, what are we doing? We're just modifying low lunge into high lunge. All right, so if you've gone that extra step, you want to try bringing the left hand to the outside of the foot. You can use your block for that, reaching that right arm up. Now when you have your hand on the outside of the foot here, you're reaching over the ear. They actually call this side angle pose, Parsvakonasana, and I mentioned that before in the low lunge. But that was just the low version of the pose. And typically you would have your heel down as well. Good. You're doing great. Always try your best. There's no competition in a yoga class, so don't ever worry. If you feel that you're not doing the pose, take it a step back, do a version that's a little bit more accessible, and build into that. Perfect. All right. So we're twisting to our right. Now we're going to try to bring it back to the front. So as you inhale without touching the ground, come back into your high lunge. Big breath in. And then exhale to your vinyasa. So hands to the floor. We're going to step that right foot back, finding your plank. And then your choice. Do you want knees, chest, chin? Or the yoga push-up to up dog or cobra? Make your way back to down dog. Awesome, good job. Let's do high lunge with a twist on the opposite side. Good, inhale our left leg up, big breath in, exhale, step left foot to left thumb. Again, running through those variations. Block can be under our right hand as we twist, or we can come right up into our high lunge, big breath in, place the palms together as we twist to the left. And so no matter which version we choose for ourselves, right, commit to the pose for at least a few breaths. So asana, the word asana means comfortable and steady posture. So we want to feel at ease with what we've chosen for ourselves. So even if it's a little challenging, try to be comfortable with it. Commit to it. Good, last 2 breaths here, you're doing great. Inhale and exhale, one more big breath in and out. Try not touching the floor. Well, you have to lift your hand since your hand might be on the floor, but inhale, come back to the front, reach both arms up, high lunge, and then vinyasa, so hands to the floor, step that left foot back, plank, knees, chest, chin, yoga push-up, whatever you prefer. Inhale to up dog or cobra. And now let's take a break in child's pose. So we're going to put the hips back to the heels, bring the forehead to the mat, and just take a little breather. Good, so all of those lunges, the low lunges and high lunges, kind of getting our legs ready for a balance. So we're going to move into a balanced pose, and we're going to do a pose that's called Warrior 3. Excuse me, I was thinking of half moon pose, but what we're going to do is Warrior 3 is called Virabhadrasana, with just the letter 3 behind it. And we're going to take that pose, we're going to try to revolve it into what is called revolved half moon pose. So let me just show you what the two look like so that you have a visual example. All right, but we will end up making our way to the center of the mat, so that's just a nice way to balance our bodies. All right, so Warrior 3 has a couple variations. Basically, it is a horizontal balance. We want our upper body, our back leg to be parallel to the floor, horizontal, right? And our arms can be stretched forwards, out to the sides or alongside the body, or at a nice prayer position at the center of the chest. Now, our revolved version of that, we can use a prop like a block, and we're going to keep that horizontal position, but we're going to turn ourselves, the upper body, towards that balancing leg. So from our Warrior 3, let's imagine, so I'm going to put my block down for stability. All right, we're in our warrior three. We're gonna put our left hand either on the block or down on the floor, but we're gonna twist to the right, reaching that right arm up because I'm on my right leg. So let me guide you through those two poses. So I know you might be practicing it there, so slowly make your way up and we'll go in a mindful way into each one. So make sure that your prop is available to you. And since we're going to be on our right foot first, have your block a little bit forward of your left foot out to the side. All right. So from a Tadasana in the middle of your mat, as you inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides and up. Take a big breath in. Good. Now, as you exhale, place the palms together and bring the hands to the center of the chest. All right. Now, from here, lift your left leg with an inhale. Nice bend in your knee. Good. You're going to keep your foot flexed and kick it straight back behind you as you exhale, leaning forward as the leg extends behind you. Keep your left leg active. Good. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be horizontal, right? But keep that back leg active, nice and strong. You should feel that in the left glute. Now, if you want to try other options with your arms, you can reach the arms forwards, out to the sides, hands at the center of the chest. You can even hold onto your hips. We should feel this in our right butt cheek now. It should start feeling nice and warm. Good, breathe. Awesome, so no matter where your arms are, take a nice inhale. We're gonna exhale, maybe lean forward and place your fingertips on the floor. And you can use your block here. Again, if you're gonna use a block, place it in your left hand. Right, as you inhale, take that right arm out to the side and just opening up as much as we can. Now, since this is a balance pose, we don't want to rely on our left hand maybe as much as we are. So, yeah, smile and laugh as you try to really hold the position in that right leg. Good, breathe, inhale. Exhale, we're going to feel this in that right side of the hip. You got it. One more big breath in. Good, as you exhale, put the left foot down. Bring your right hand to the floor. Find forward fold. Good. Bend the knees. Grab the elbows. Shake the head and the neck. Should feel good right there on that right hip. Awesome. Release the hands to the floor. Lean back into your heels as you inhale. Take as many breaths as you want, but walk the hands slowly up the legs. Come back into the middle of the mat, finding that Tadasana. Okay, so if you need to, move your block from left to right, and we'll try the opposite side. So from Tadasana in the middle of the mat, inhale, sweep the arms out and up, big breath in, reaching up into what we call Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, palms together, coming to the center of the chest, that Anahata chakra. It's nice Namaste mudra. Good, left leg now right leg. Lift our right leg up as we inhale. Exhale, kick that right leg straight back, bowing forwards. Good, I don't have much space behind me. I actually need to bend my knee a little bit. So I'll turn to the sides here so you can see. But yeah, again, if you fall, you fall. Balance poses are a challenge, right? We're not used to not having one foot. So it's okay if you feel wobbly. There's another practice of yoga that we do as an internal practice. It's called Santosha. It means cultivating contentment. So regardless of where you are, just be content with yourself. So if it's not a perfect balance, it's okay. Try your best though, right? Commit to the pose. Breathe. Concentrate. Okay, so wherever you are, we're going to try to revolve it. So bring your right hand down to the block or bring your hands to the floor for stability. Find your stability as you inhale that left arm, sweep it out to the side. And if we need to, right, we can come off of the block. So we've taken what's called, again, Warrior 1, Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3, and we've revolved it into what's called revolved half moon. So you are revolved to your left here, but just to show you, half moon, just looks the opposite. So opposite of half moon, or the revolved half moon, is switching. It's just a little easier to get there from warrior three. Good. You're doing great. Last big inhale. We're going to exhale. Bring that left hand down, right foot to the inside of the left foot. Find forward fold. Good job. Yes, come up halfway as you inhale, big breath in. And then as you exhale, have a seat in the middle of the mat. A couple of last poses before we transition to Shavasana. So we did some nice work for our glutes, for the hamstrings. So let's calm it down with a little Paschimottanasana, our seated forward fold. So take your legs out in front of you, move the hips out of the way. You want to squeeze the inner thighs and press the knees down into the mat. Keep your toes active. With an inhale, reach both arms up, and exhale, find forward fold. Paschimottanasana, good. So we want to feel that the quadriceps are active here. So make sure that the kneecaps are engaged here. Feels like the backs of the knees are trying to push towards the floor. And then as we're inhaling, let the crown of the head sort of reach forwards and away from the tailbone. So you'll feel the back moving a little bit as you inhale. Good, one more time. Inhale and exhale. As you inhale, reach the arms forwards and up, coming back into what we call a Dandasana, staff pose. Exhale, bring the hands just behind the hips, maybe 6 to 8 inches away. We're going to do a counter pose to forward fold, and that's our reverse tabletop. So with an inhale, roll those shoulder blades together, open the chest, and with an exhale, driving through the feet, push the hips into the air, and point your chin back behind you. Good. You should be opening your throat here. Should feel nice in the esophagus. Should also feel good in the front part of the shoulders, the anterior deltoid muscles. Good. One more big inhale, and as you exhale, lower back down to your hips. Return your head to a neutral position. And since we have our legs up like this, take your left foot, bring it underneath your right leg, and cross now the right ankle over the left knee here, so the foot is flat. We're going to do a seated twist, seated Matsyasana. So we're going to take our left arm, hook the knee, bring the right hand behind you as you inhale, sit up tall, big breath in, and with an exhale, turn to the right. All right, we're not trying to force the twist here by really torquing on the knee with our arm. So we're just holding the knee close to the body so that this exposed right glute gets a stretch while we're coming into this twist. Good. One more big inhale and exhale. As you inhale, gently make your way back forwards. And we're going to switch sides now. So we're going to bring the right foot underneath the hip, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Use your right arm, hook the knee, left hand behind you, sit up tall, big breath in, and then as you exhale, coming into a nice gentle twist. So feel the spine growing long. Good. 2 more breaths here, doing great. Good. 1 more inhale for me. And exhale. As we inhale, slowly return back to the front. And just 1 more pose before we get down onto the ground. We're going to do Baddha Konasana, or seated angle pose, bound angle pose. So bring the soles of the feet together, interlace those fingers, grab the soles of the feet, sit up nice and tall. If you need a couple of bounces of the knees to kind of work in those inner thighs, you can. But we're going to exhale and come forwards. And you're using your elbows to help depress the knees towards the floor. Alright, but also try to keep your lower back relatively straight here. Good, should feel nice here, deep in the hip joint. Good, last exhale, as you inhale, slowly come back on up. Use your hands to help close the knees and then make your way onto your back. So we're gonna take the legs forwards and slowly come onto our backs. All right, straighten your left leg and bring the right knee into the chest. Give it a nice hug, so we're hugging the right knee in close to the body. We're going to switch to the other side, so bring the left leg up. Go ahead and straighten the right leg to the floor with an exhale, holding that left leg in as close as we can, nice stretch. And then both legs, what we call Anapanasana, the downward wind pose. Good, and there's a couple ways here you can do it. You can either stay as flat as you can on your back, or you can squeeze the knees in and tuck the chin to the chest, forehead towards the knees. Good. All right, so from there, as you exhale, relax, lower the feet back to the floor, and then straighten the legs coming into Shavasana. We've got a little bit of time left for a nice corpse pose. So we're going to lay onto our backs, maybe rolling the shoulder blades together so you can get those shoulder blades close, turn the palms up towards the sky, and allow your eyes to close. Now in our Shavasana, we want to turn the breath off, meaning we're not controlling it, just like we're not controlling our bodies anymore. So in the practice of yoga, what we're doing, the asana side of things, is just one of 8 practices that we employ as yogis. The breathing is a second practice that we employ. And the whole point of the breathing and stretching and moving the body is so that we are less identified with it. So in Shavasana, we start going into the more subtle practice of yoga we call pratyahara, where we begin withdrawing our attention from the external world. And then from that withdrawal from the world, we turn our attention into a point of concentration. So just for practice of concentrating, just be aware of the natural rise and fall of your breath. I know that we're not supposed to turn our attention outwards when we think of pratyahara, but be aware again of that internal mechanism maybe that's promoting the breath. So see if we can find that source within inside us. to sustain your concentration, we've entered a phase of the yoga practice we call, again, meditation. So it's natural for our mind to wander, so it's okay if it does, but we practice always coming back to what we've chosen to focus on and encourage that flow of attention towards it, trying to smooth it out, kind of like ironing a wrinkly shirt. Right? The various thoughts that we have are the little wrinkles in the garment, and the constant practice, the intensity, the heat of our practice is slowly ironing those thoughts out so it's nice and smooth and the fabric flows in one direction. And then as we become so absorbed in what we've been concentrating on, a shift occurs subtly within us where awareness and the object become one. And we call that the stage of samadhi, oneness realization. So try your best in this last moment to merge your awareness into the breath. Become the breath. And as you become the breath, right, bring peace and happiness into the breath. So as you notice yourself breathing in, breathe in peace and happiness. Practicing empathy, we know that some people in the world might be hurting now, so we can breathe in our peace and happiness and share it externally as an invitation for them that they may experience peace and happiness as well. So do a couple rounds of that sort of breathing in again, awareness of peace and happiness within inside yourself, and sharing that as a blessing to others that they may experience that same. And then keeping our attention fixed to our own peace and happiness, we want to live constantly from that inner peace and happiness. So feel that in your fingers and your toes. Invite your body to enliven itself around your own inner awareness of peace and happiness. Feeling that into our extremities, the hands and the feet, the arms and the legs. And then when you feel fully awake in your body, maybe bring the knees up into the chest. Give yourself some love, some compassion. And then from this little curled up position, if that's where you are, you can roll to your right side and press yourself into a gentle, easy seat Sukhasana, just like we started our class. And as you come up to sit, allow the eyes to close, and just, again, that reminder of peace and happiness within us. We can do that meditation on breath, so be aware of the breath in the nose or the mouth, wherever its presence is available to you. Go back into that concentration, awareness of your inner peace and happiness, if you ever need that reminder. And we'll finish our class with a nice audible sigh outwards, a nice big exhale. So just let your lungs naturally empty, so a normal exhale to empty the lungs, and then take a big breath in, fill the lungs up. Bow your chin as you sigh, go ah. Shrug the shoulders very gently, rock your head side to side, and when you're ready now, opening our eyes, we will say Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so very much for your time and attention today. I appreciate it. And hopefully we'll catch you next week, and maybe there will be a baby around. Who knows?